Okay, let us continue for the question 2. For the question 2, we have to work out the position two terms of its sequence. Okay, I know for the question 2, we don't have to make the table.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Kenneth Messi.
Can I restart my Webex because my Webex is like lagging?
Oh, okay. Be back soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I will continue. For the question 2, I know we don't have to find the term to term rule. We don't have to write the sequence in a table, or we don't have to check for the first three terms. But in here, I just show all the tables, and then I show the term to term rule, because this is the steps of finding the position to term rule. That's why I provide the table. Same, before we find the position to term rule, the first thing we have to do is finding the term to term rule first. After we find the position to term rule, we can make the table. So this is the first step. We have to find the term to term rule. After that, we have to make the table. From the table, same, we have to write down the terms and then multiple of whatever term to term rule given, and then we find the difference. After that, the position number we will multiply with the term to term rule, and then we will plus it with the difference. In here, the difference is 0, so that's why for the question 2a, for the position to term rule, I will just write it as 6 times position number. Is there anyone who get confused at question 2a? Is there anyone who get confused?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. If any one of you having any difficulties, feel free to tell me, yeah. For the question B, same, I find the term to term rule first at 3. After I find it is at 3, I find the multiple of 3. After I find the multiple of 3, and then I write down the sequence in a table, I find the difference. After I get the difference, later the difference will be at here, plus 4. The position number, we always multiply it with the term to term rule given, because at 3, so the position number we multiply it by 3. So for the position to term rule, it will be 3 times position number plus 4. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe I talk too fast or something?
No, yeah, we understand, teacher.
Okay, then.
I understand.
For the question C, same, we have to find the term to term rule first. So we find the difference. The difference is 10 at 10. After that, we just find the multiple of 10. Here is the multiple of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. After that, we find the difference between the terms and also the multiple of 10. The difference is negative 2. So for the position to term rule, it will be 10 times position number minus 2. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe I make a wrong calculation, or I need any typo or something maybe? Is there anyone who got different answer and get confused at question 2?
No, teacher.
No, for sure. Okay. If no one get confusion, I will move to the question 3. Please feel free to ask me any question whenever you have any difficulties. Stay quiet.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Kenneth Messi. Is it already?
I got confused, teacher.
Which part that making you confused? Let me know.
C.
C. Is it C?
Yeah, C.
Okay. For the C, so same thing in here. I know the question 2 did not ask you to make the table, but I will just do it with by making a table, because it will be easier for me to find the position to term rule. The first thing you have to do is finding the term to term rule. The term to term rule is you have to find the difference between each term to the next term. So from 8 into 18, the difference we have to add it by 10. From 18 into 28, we have to plus it by 10. 28 into 38, we have to plus it by 10. That's why in here we have add 10. After that, we write the terms. The terms are 8, 18, 28, 38. It's from the question given. And then multiple of, sorry?
Should we total?
No, we have to find the difference.
Okay.
Difference means you have to subtract. So like when this is multiple of 10, because this is at 10.
Hello.
So hello, Ken. Hello, Ken. Okay.
Sir, where are we, sir? Because I cannot see the sharing.
Oh my god. We are at the question 2 still.
Okay.
Is my slide is not visible for all of
No,
you?
I think it's my
Oh, it's
connection.
visible.
I already try to rejoin 2 times and still cannot see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you can try to later in the end of the class. I will pause the PowerPoint if you still cannot see later. If when I tell the answer you have different answer, feel free to tell me. Yeah, I will continue to the question 2C. So in here for the terms, we already have it 8, 18, 28, and 38. And then in here we make multiple
Only
of 10.
8:38.
Yeah, 8, 18, 28, 38, right? At the question 2C for the
38.
terms. No, are you opening your workbook now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still at the question 2C of the workbook page 12. We are on the workbook page 12. I'm discussing the question 2C. So for the question 2C, the terms is already given 8, 18, 28, and 38. I already find the term-to-term rule, which is at 10. So if I make a table, later I will be having the multiple of 10. After I find the multiple of 10, I need to find the difference. To find the difference, you do 8 minus 10, 18 minus 20, 28 minus 30, 38 minus 40. So in here, I get the difference is equals to negative 2. So later, for the position to term rule, it will be 10 times position number minus 2. Is there anyone who still get confused at question 2C before I move to the next question?
No.
No? Okay, already understand, Kenneth Messi?
Yes.
Okay. How about the others? Is there anyone having any difficulties before I move to the next question? It's okay to interrupt me whenever you have any difficulties. Do not stay quiet. No one get confused? Okay. If no one get no confusion, I will move to the question 3. Okay. For the question 3 in here, we have to find the term to term rule, write the sequence in a table, and then we have to work out for the position to term rule, and then do not forget to do the double checking. So same, whenever I have the sequence to find the position to term rule, the first thing that we have to do is finding the term to term rule first. So from 2 into 3, 3 into 4, 4 into 5, all of them we have to add it by 1. Add by 1 because from 2 into 3 is plus 1. 3 into 4 is plus 1. 4 to 5, we have to plus it by 1. Because this is at 1, later we have to find multiple of 1. If later add 2, yeah, it will be multiple of 2. The multiple, it will be depends on what is the term-to-term rule that you have. If later you have the term-to-term rule at 5, yeah, you find multiple of 5. If you find the term-to-term rule at 7, later in the table you have to you have to find the multiple of 7. If you are confused, please let me know which part that making you confused. Is it the question 2 or is it question 3? Please let me know. Do not only tell me, teacher, I'm confused, because I need to know which part that making you confused. Okay, so I'll continue first. At the question 3, same, we have to make the table. So the first thing that we have to do, we have to find the term-to-term rule first. After we find the term-to-term rule, we have to make the table. The terms in here for the number 2, 3, 4, 5, it's coming from the question given. The question for the question 3A, the sequence is 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So for the terms, I will write it as 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the multiple in here, we take the multiple of 1. Why multiple of 1? Because the term-to-term rule is at 1. So we need to find the multiple of 1. Multiple of 1, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Because in here we only have 4 terms, so it will be stopped until 4. Same, we have to find the difference. When we have to find the difference, we just need to subtract. 2 minus 1, it will be equals to 1. 3 minus 2, it will be equals to 1. And everything, all the difference is already constant, which is equals to 1. So later for the position to term rule, you can write it as 1 times position number plus 1, or you just can keep it as position number plus 1. Because when it is a position number multiplied by 1, or it will be having no changes. So just you can just directly keep it as position number plus 1. Or if you want to write it as 1 times position number, the Pn is for the position number plus 1, like this is also correct. So you can pick either one that you like. If you follow the previous things that we use, the position number, we will always multiply with the term to term rule given. So you have to write it with 1 times position number plus 1. But position number times 1, the result will be equals to position number. So I can directly write it as position number plus 1. Is there anyone who get confused still at question 3A?
No, teacher.
Okay, someone asked me what is the term to term rule in bahasa. It's like apa ya? Uh, bedanya atau ya, that is the difference or the beda. Like from 2 into 3, what do you have to do? That is what we call as term to term rule in bahasa. So we find the difference, or yeah, we find the beda. That is. I'll continue to the question B. Same in here, we already have the sequence. And then when we check the term to term rule, or the difference is 1 or at 1. So the term to term rule is at 1. So later for the table, we will be having multiple of 1. When we already have the multiple of 1, we need to, and we already have the table, we need to find the difference. 12 minus 1 will be equals to 11. 13 minus 2 also will be equals to 11. All the difference already constant. So in here, for the position to term rule, it will be position number plus 11. I do not write it as 1 times position number, because position number times 1 will be equals to position number. But if you write it as 1 times position number, that is also correct. Is there anyone who get confused before I move to the question 3C? Is there anyone?
No,
Okay.
confused.
Okay, for the question C, same, we have to find the term to term rule. It is at 1, so we will be having multiple of 1. We write in a table, we write the term first and then the multiple, and then we find the difference. The difference already constant, 21. So later for the position to term rule, it will be position number plus 21. Is there anyone who get confused so far before I move to the next question?
No, teacher, I'm not confused.
Okay. Yes, Ken, I can see your chatting. What happened, Ken? You cannot hear me? Is my voice not audible?
I think it's only for him, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, let us, if no one have any, no one have question, I will move to the next question.
Hello?
Yes, Ken. What happened? Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Before I cannot hear teacher. I think it's my connection. I cannot connect to the audio.
Okay, but now I can hear you clearly. So yeah, I hope that
Okay.
you can hear me and also your friends. Okay. Okay, if no one have no question at question 3, I will move to the next question. No, Kenneth Messi, I cannot hear you. Okay, for the question 4, same, we will be having the sequence, but at the question 4, making a table is not necessary. So you don't have to draw the table, you don't have to draw the term to term rule, you can just directly write down the position to term rule. But in here, in my slide, I will just show you for the term to term rule and also the table, because this is the steps for me to find the position to term rule. That's why I display it in here. So later if you have any confusion, it will be better for me to explain it to you. Okay, let us continue for the question 4. In here we have the 5, 6, 7, 8 as the sequence, we have that the term to term rule is at 1. So later the position number will be multiplied by 1. Yes, if you write it as 1 times position number, it's also correct. It's not wrong. I mean, like, it's just not necessary to write the 1 times position number, but that is also okay if you want to write 1 times position number plus 4. That is correct. It's not wrong. Because position number plus 1, the result will be equals to position number also. That's why I just keep it as position number plus 4. But if any one of you write it as 1 and position number plus 4, it's correct. Yes, Kenneth Messi, what happened? Hello? I
I
cannot
think
hear
his
you.
mic is broken.
Oof.
Kenneth Messi, if you're not going to tell me anything, maybe you can mute yourself first. Like there is a noise from your side.
Yeah, it's like friction. Like when the
Hello?
mic hits the floor, like you just.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, you can hear me right now.
Yeah, now it's already clear. Before
Mhm.
there is like noisy something.
I forget that I unlocked my.
Okay. Okay then. I will
Sir, there
continue.
is a gray square.
A gray square. Is there any gray square for all of you?
Just now.
Before.
Yeah,
Before.
just now.
Okay. I was checking the attendance. I'm just planning to mute Kenneth Messi, so maybe there is why I have the gray square, but it's already gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay. I will
Mm.
I will move to the question B. In here, same, we already have the sequence. So I will just find the term to term rule first and then I make it in the table. So from the table, I get that the difference is 24. So it will be position number plus 24, or you can write it as 1 times position number plus 24. It's also correct. Is there anyone who get confused so far? Oops, sorry.
No, teacher.
Okay, how to clear all of my. Okay, if no one have no confusion for the question C, same thing. If the position to thumb rule, it will be position number plus 124. Is there anyone who get confused so far before I move to the next question? Is there anyone who get confused or
No,
maybe get
teacher.
different answer? No. Okay. If no one get confused, I will move to the question 5. Please feel free to tell me whenever you have any difficulties. Do not stay quiet. I will not get mad if you ask me so many questions. So please feel free to ask me whenever you have any question. For the question 5 in here, we already have the tiles, but I do not draw the tiles in here like the patterns. There are so many gray boxes, and then for the gray boxes, I will just count the number of the gray squares. So on the first patterns, there are 7 gray squares, and then the second pattern, there are 10 gray squares, and then on the third pattern, there are 13 gray squares. At the fourth pattern, there are 16 gray squares. So later for to finding the term to term rule, I just need to find the difference. To find the difference, yeah, I just need to find from 7 into 10, I have to add it by 3. From 10 into 13, I have to add it by 3. From 13 into 16, I have to add it by 3. So that's why for the term to term rule in here, it will be at 3. Okay. So later, wait, let me go back to the previous slide. Jovan asked me any question. Which question that you want to know, Jovan? Which one that you want to ask? Yeah, this is the question 4. But which part that making you confused? Is it all of them? Or is it only question A, B, C? Jovan, can you hear me? Okay then. Okay, for the question 5, for the term to term rule, it will be at 3 because we need to find the difference from the first pattern into the second patterns. We have to add it by 3. So how is the how is the sequence form? So I will just say there are 7 gray squares at the first patterns, and then we need to add 3 extra gray to get the next pattern. You can make your own sentence as long as the meaning is same with mine, so it means your answer is already correct. So later for the position to thumb rule, it will be 3 times position number plus 4. How do I get this position to thumb rule? From the table. I usually make the table. I make list for the terms. After I make list for the term, I need to find the multiple. Find the multiple, and then after that we find the difference. So this is the difference plus 4. The position number will be multiplied with the term to term rule given. Okay, is there anyone who get confused, or is there anyone still do not understand how to do the question 5?
No, understand. I understand.
Okay, if not, can I move to the next slide, or is there anyone who need to see the question 5 first and want to ask me any question before I move to the next slide?
No, teacher, no questions.
Okay, for sure, no question. Okay,
Yeah,
no
sure. No
question.
question.
Let us move to the question 6. For the question 6, you already have the pattern as you can see on your workbook. So I do not draw all of them. I just make list for how many gray squares are there for each sequence. So for the first pattern, there are 3 gray squares. For the shape 2, there are 5, and so on until when it is the fifth shape, there are 11 gray squares. So later, from here, I can check that the difference is 2. So for the thumb to thumb rule, it will be add 2. So later for the drawing, this is the next shape. The next shape will be look like this. And then for finding the position to thumb rule, I also make the table. I make the table for all of the thumb first, and then I find the multiple of 2. Why multiple of 2? Because the thumb to thumb rule is at 2. That's why I need to find the multiple of 2. After that, I find the difference. So later for the position to thumb rule, it will be 2 times position number plus 1. Is there anyone who get confused? Or maybe get different answer? It was your homework, so you can check it if there is a different answer or you have any difficulties. Is there anyone who get confused? Hello?
No, teacher.
Okay.
What,
there-
teacher?
Yeah, is there anyone who get confused? I'm asking if any one of you are confused with my explanation.
No, teacher.
No, okay.
Actually, I have.
Okay. Okay. If no one get confused, I will move to the page 13. We are going to discuss the exercise 2.3 about using the anthem. So if we already have the anthem in here, this is the rule is like is same as when we have the position number. When we already have the position to thumb rule. When we have the position to thumb rule to find the sequence, usually we replace the position number into whatever position term that we are going to find. So in here, we already have the n term. So the letter n we will replace into whatever terms that we are going to find. The question 1 is asking us to find the first 3 terms. It is first 3 terms. So it means we have to find the first, the second, and also the third. That's why the letter n I will replace.
Standard.
Sorry, what happened?
Out is standard. Suddenly go inside then go out.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Also, I forgot to lock my meeting room because some of you are
I think
having, yeah.
outdoor is some of our friends. So like from another school.
Oh, okay, okay. How can he get my link?
I think it's like.
I don't one say that one of the other classes give him. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay, okay then. Okay,
Yeah,
I did not lock my meeting because some of you are having the internet trouble, keep leaving and then joining. That's why I did
Just
not
look,
lock
teacher.
it.
Here, teacher Solonay.
Okay, I will lock it then. Later, if you want to leave the
He is
class,
also
sorry,
like inside of our WhatsApp grade 8 group. So
really?
he's like, yeah, maybe he also get it from there.
Oh, okay then. Okay, let's stop talking about
I forgot
outdoor.
his name.
Okay, let's stop talking about Aldo. Let us continue to the workbook first. Okay. So
Okay.
now, for
Gray.
sorry,
The screen is gray.
is it gray? Oh my God, is it gray for all of you?
No, the
No?
background is gray, but there's the writing.
Huh? Yeah,
There's the
that's
writing.
yeah.
But it's gray, the background.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
I
like
can
that,
see
right?
There is no
Teacher,
question
I
7,
can join
Jovan.
the meeting yet.
Oh, you are going to rejoin? Okay, then. There is no question 7. Please open your workbook, Jovan. We are discussing the workbook, page 12. There is no question 7 at page 12. Okay, let us continue to the question 1. Now we are at the workbook. This is the workbook. Practice book, page 13 now. Now we are going to continue at page 13, 1, 3. The exercise 2.3. Okay, we are going to find the first 3 terms and also the 10th term. Because this is first 3 terms, it means we have to find the first, the second, and also the third. That's why the letter N we need to replace into number 1, number 2, number 3. And the 10th term, so the letter N we will replace into number 10. So 1 plus 4 will be 5, 2 plus 4 will be 6, 3 plus 4 will be 7, 10 plus 4 will be equals to 14. So the answer will be 5, 6, 7, and 14. Is there anyone who gets confused at question 1A in your workbook page 13? Is there anyone who gets confused? Hello? Or my voice
Teacher.
gone or something? Okay. If no one get confused, I will move to the question 2. Same, we have to replace the letter N into number 1, 2, 3, and also 10. We calculate properly 2N, it means 2 times N. So 2 times 1 will be 2, 2 times 2 will be 4, 2 times 3 will be 6, 2 times 10 will be 20. So for the sequence, we will be having 2, 4, 6, and also 20. For the question C, we have 2n plus 4. Same, the letter n we will be replacing into number 1, 2, 3, and also 10. There is a multiplication and addition. Remember, we have to finish the multiplication first. So we do 2 times 1, which is equals to 2. And then the number 2 will be plus it with 4, become 6. So the sequence will be 6, 8, 10, and 24. Is there anyone having question at question 1A, B, C before I move to the another question of 1? Hello? Is there anyone who gets confused? No? Okay.
No.
Okay, if no confusion, let us move to the question 1D, E, F. Wait, where is my slide now? For the question 1D, say we will be replacing the letter N into number 1, 2, 3, and 10. So here is the question for the 1D. It will be negative 1, 0, 1, and 8. For the question E, we replace the letter N into 1, 2, 3, and 10. I will be having 3, 6, 9, and 30. For the question F, 3 times n minus 2. So the letter n will be replacing into 1, 2, 3, and also 10. Multiplication have to be done first before subtraction. So it will be 3 times 1, which is equals to 3. 3 minus 2 will be equals to 1. Do the same thing for 3 times 2 minus 2. We'll be doing the multiplication first, then subtraction. So the answer it will be 1, 4, 7, and 28. Is there anyone having any question? Is there anyone having any question? Hello?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 2. Please feel free to tell me whenever you have any difficulties, yeah. Do not stay quiet because I cannot check if you already understand or not if you stay quiet. For the question 3, the pattern is made from the circles. I do not draw the circles. I just count how many circles are there on each pattern. So the first, sorry. We are at question 3. Sorry, it's not circle, it's boxes. Sorry. For the question, wait, we haven't discussed question 2. Sorry, I moved too fast. For the question 2, we have patterns that made from circles. I do not draw. Yes.
Can you go
Yes.
back a bit again?
Go back to the question. Which one? Sorry.
1.
1. Okay. Which number 1 that you want to see?
D.
D. Did I maybe make a typo or anything like yesterday? Is there any typo? Wrong calculation? Okay. Do you need me to explain the question 1D or you just want to check it?
Just need to make sure a bit.
Okay.
I missed a bit something.
Okay. Already done? Or is there anything that is
Thank you.
okay? I will move to the question 2 then. For the question 2, there are patterns that is made from circles. I do not draw the circles in here. I just write down the number of circle on each pattern. So for the sequence of number of circles, it will be 3, 5, 7, and 9. Wait, I heard there is a background voice. Okay. So for the question 2A, we have to write down the sequence of the numbers of circles. So in here we just need to count how many circles on each pattern. So it will be 3, 5, 7, and also 9. And then for the question B, write down the term-to-term rule. To find the term-to-term rule, we just need to find the difference from 3 into 5, 5 into 7, and so on. So the term-to-term rule, it will be add 2. How is the sequence is formed? So I will just say there are 3 circles at the first patterns. We need to add 2 extra gray circles to get the next pattern. If you have different sentence, as long as the meaning is same with my sentence in here, it means your answer is correct. For the question D, we have to find the position to term rule. To find the position to term rule, I usually make the table. That's why in here I make the table, even though the question did not ask me to make the table. So for the, I will just write the term and also multiple of 2. After that, we find the difference. So we will have that the position to term rule, it will be 2 times position number plus 1. And then for the question E, we need to do checking. We can replace the position number into letter N. So for the N term, it will be 2N plus 1. But we need to check, is it correct if the N term of this pattern is 2N plus 1? So we will just replace the letter N into whatever term that we are going to find. For checking the first term, it's already given on your workbook as the example. For the second term, we need to replace the letter N into 2. Why 2? Because it is second term. If it is second term, yeah, the letter N, we replace it into number 2. Multiplication have to be done first before addition. So it will be 2 times 2 plus 1, which is equals to 5. And then for the third term, we have to replace the letter N into 3. So later the final answer will be 7. For the fourth term, we need to replace the letter N into 4. That's why it will be N. Is there anyone who get confused? Is there anyone who get confused?
No, teacher.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. If no one have any question, I will move to the question 3. For the question 3, we have the pattern that is made from some gray squares. Wait, my slide is not moving. Okay. For the question 3, the pattern is, the pattern is made from squares. It's supposed to be squares, not circles. Sorry. Yeah, it's supposed to be squares. Yeah, made from squares. And then for finding the sequence, we just count how many squares are there. So it will be 1, 4, 7, and 10. So for finding the term-to-term rule, we just need to find the difference from 1 into 4. We have to add it by 3. And then how is the sequence formed? I will just say there is one circle at the first pattern. We need to add 3 extra gray squares to get the next pattern. For the position to term rule, it will be 3 times position number minus 2. Why minus 2? Because the difference is negative 2. Why the position number is multiplied by 3? Because the term-to-term rule is at 3. Is there anyone who get confused or still do not understand?
No, teacher.
Okay. I will move to the next question. For the question 4, my slide is not really working. Okay. For the question 4, the pattern is made from squares. And then the sequence in here, we just count how many squares are there. It will be 4 and then 7, 10, 13. The term-to-term rule, yes, we do the same thing. We have to add it by 3 gray boxes or gray squares. And then in here, Anders thinks that the anthem for the sequence of the squares is n plus 3. So to check if he did it correctly, if his anthem is correct or not, we can just replace the letter n into number 1 until number 4. But usually 3 example is already enough. Because to do the checking, we already have the first term, second term, third term, and also the fourth term. That's why the letter N, we can replace it into 1, 2, 3, and 4. But usually, you can just check it until the third form is already okay. So for the first term, 1 plus 3, it's also correct. It's equals to 4 for the first term. But when it's coming to the second term, when I use the anthem for Anders' opinion, I get it is equals to 4. But the diagram show that the second pattern having 7 gray squares. So it means the anthem of Anders made is not correct. Why is it wrong? Because he put the n plus 3. We know that when it is at 3, the position number we will multiply it by 3. So it means the letter n we will multiply it by 3 also. We do not plus it by 3. But when we do, maybe when we check for the first term, 3 times 1, it will be only equals to 3. It will not be equals to 4. So that's why we have to plus it by 1. Or if you still get confused, it will be easier if you find the position to term rule first. For the position to term rule in here, you got that the difference is 1. And then you need the multiple of 3. Because you need the multiple of 3, so you will be having 3n. Or 3 times position number, or because in here about the n term, so I will just use 3n. And then the difference is 1, so in here we have to plus it by 1. So for the position to term rule, it will be 3 times position number plus 1. So for the n term, it will be 3n plus 1. Is there anyone who get confused with my explanation?
No, teacher.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
If no one get confused, I think that's all for today's class. We already discussed the exercise 2.3 already done. For tomorrow, let us continue discuss the 2.4 and 2.5. At home, please try to finish all the questions from exercise 2.4 and 2.5. So tomorrow when I have discussion, we can directly discuss it together. No need to wait for you to copy or yeah, if it will be better if you can directly double check your answer for tomorrow. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. Good afternoon and thank you, students.
You